BraveWords Records, home for Paul Di'Anno's Warhorse, the Chris Slade Timeline, Rhett, Forrester and Robbins, Prophets of Addiction, Jack Starr, ASKA, Crimson Glory and Lillian, where music lives. BraveWords Records. Visit BraveWordsRecords.com.
Radio, turn the knob to the battle's call. Every song's an answer to it all. BraveWords Records Radio, firing across the storm. Echoes rise where the souls are torn.
Chris Slade Timeline new album Timescape is out now worldwide on BraveWords Records. The Chris Slade Timeline featuring former AC/DC drummer Chris Slade.
Take your time.
Hi, welcome to BraveWords Records Radio. I'm your host, Doc Rock, from Metal Shop 101 radio show. And what we do here at BraveWords Records Radio is we showcase artists that are on the BraveWords Records label. Kicking the show off, we heard some Chris Slade off of that brand new Chris Slade Timeline, Back with a Vengeance. Chris Slade, yes, former drummer of AC/DC. Then we heard ASKA off of their brand new album called Night Strike with 1944. So, like I said, we showcase the bands that are on BraveWords Records Radio with interviews and whatnot. So, with that being said, Prophets of Addiction, headed up by Leslie, formerly of Pretty Boy Floyd, released an album called Face the Music. It is a killer album. I had the chance to sit down with Wayne Stokely, the drummer of Prophets of Addiction, and also Lillian Axe. And we talked a little bit about one song that they did cover on the album, and they covered Rod Stewart's Maggie May, and I think they did an incredible job on it. So, enough of the talking. Let's get back to the rocking here at BraveWords Records Radio. Here's Wayne Stokely talking about that version of Maggie May.
BraveWords Records, home for Poliano's Warhorse, the Chris Slade Timeline, Rhett Forrester and Rob Robbins, Prophets of Addiction, Jack Starr, ASKA, Crimson Glory, and Lillian Axe, where music lives. BraveWords Records. Visit BraveWordsRecords.com.
You guys also covered Rod Stewart's Maggie May, which
that's a funny story.
Let's get into it, because I think it's a phenomenal version. I love it. I think it's awesome. I play it all the time on the show.
I'm finding that people either love it or they hate it and think it's blasphemy, and I thought that was going to be the case. And going into that, we knew we were going to cover the song. We knew we wanted to make it a little faster, and we wanted to make it kind of like a punk rock kind of version of the song.
Right.
But we made a mistake when we were tracking it, and we forgot to tune it down a step so Leslie could easily sing over it in the key of the other songs. So the whole bed of the track was done before we realized that, when we were mixing it, before Leslie did the vocals. So we're like, all right, we just go scream over it and do the best you can. And he went and cut the vocal, and when I first heard the demo of the vocal, I did not know if I liked it or not. Phil liked it immediately.
Right.
And after listening to it a couple of times, I was like, okay, this is great. Because if you really listen to the track, the music underneath it is pretty spot on with the original. It's faster, it's a little chunkier, but it's pretty clean.
Right.
And then you have this screaming punk rock vocal over the top of it, And I remember telling the guys, people are going to love this or they're going to hate it. But that's perfect. Leave it. It's perfect as it is. So I grew to like it. Some people still don't like it. Some people love it.
I love it. I mean, when I first got it in here to the studio, I'm like, what's this? And I see Maggie May, because that's like one of my favorite Rod Stewart songs. I think it is for a lot of people. And I'm like, wait a minute, what's this? And I played it, and I'm like, whoa, I really like this. This is awesome.
I remember playing it for a buddy of mine that's a journalist in Austin, and he's like, man, his quote was, man, it takes a lot of balls to throw snot on a classic song like that.
Awesome.
We're like, yeah, we kind of knew, I get it if people don't like it, but it's cool when people do like it, though.
Right. Yeah, I think it's pretty awesome.
Hey, this is Leslie from Prophets of Addiction. Our new album, Face the Music, is out now on BraveWords Records, and you're listening to BraveWords Records Radio.
I feel like being used. Oh, now
A great version of Rod Stewart's Maggie May done by Prophets of Addiction. You can find that over at BraveWordsRecords.com. Go check it out. And another fantastic artist that is on BraveWords Records is the one, the only Jack Starr. He just released a brand new album called Out of the Darkness 2, which features Giles Lavery of ALCATRAZZ and Warlord on vocals. And it's a phenomenal album. It's a must-have album. The guitar work, the vocals, everything about it is just totally awesome. So you're going to want to check it out. I got the big hit single off of that album coming up for you, Rise Up. I got a little bit of Warhorse, the one, the only legendary Paul Di'Anno. And you can find this over at BraveWords too. And also Rhett, Forrester, and Robbins. The Dr. Dirty Sessions. You can find that over at BraveWordsRecords.com. So, let's get into it. Here's Mr. Jack Starr off of Out of the Darkness 2. This is Rise Up. Right here on Brave Words Records Radio.
You're listening to Brave Words Records Radio, where music lives.
Hey, this is Jack Starr. My new single, Rise Up, is out now on Brave Words Records, and you're listening to Brave Words Records Radio, brought to you by Metal Shop 101.
things up. The final solo album of original material by the legendary Paul Di'Anno, original Iron Maiden lead singer. An album that delivers proper fist-in-the-air heavy metal that demands your attention as everything is turned up to 11. Paul Di'Anno's Warhorse is out now worldwide on BraveWords Records. Visit BraveWordsRecords.com. Rhett Forrester and Rob Robbins released the complete Dr. Dirty Sessions 1992 to 1993 via BraveWords Records. Out now on all digital services on BraveWords Records. Visit BraveWordsRecords.com. Rhett Forrester, the former Riot lead singer, with Rob Robbins. Never heard before demos. Check it out.
Rhett, Forrester, Robbins, the Dr. Dirty Sessions. That is a must-have for your collection. It is just loaded with like 16 songs, and just there's demos on there, there's bonus tracks, there's all kinds of stuff. It's a must-have, and you can find it over at BraveWordsRecords.com. And before that, we heard some Warhorse, the late, great Paul Di'Anno. You can also find that over at BraveWordsRecords.com. Anyways, I got a little bit of time left, and I got some Lillian acts coming up, some Crimson Glory. And if you're looking for the best, where the music lives, BraveWords.com, go check it out, or BraveWordsRecords.com. Check them both out, BraveWords.com. You can find out what's going on today in metal history. It's where the music lives. Here's Lillian Axe, Angels Among Us, right here on Brave Words Records Radio.
You're listening to Brave Words Records Radio, where music lives.
Crimson Glory with Valhalla, Lillian Axe with Angels Among Us. A couple classics there for you. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed BraveWords Records Radio. I got a few more tracks for you. It's going to be time for me to get on out of here. Don't forget, go to BraveWordsRecords.com. Check out for your best in music. All kinds of great stuff over there. And can't go wrong. BraveWordsRecords.com. And if you want to find out music news, go to BraveWords.com. I am going to leave you guys with two of my favorites from BraveWords Records. One off of the Paul Di'Anno album called Warhorse, and it's Here Comes the Night. And I will leave you guys with Prophets of Addiction. Let's get high. I'm your host, Doc Rock of the Metal Shop 101, and this is BraveWords Records Radio.
BraveWords Records, home for Poliano's Warhorse, the Chris Slade Timeline, Rhett Forrester and Rob Robbins, Prophets of Addiction, Jack Starr, ASKA, Crimson Glory and Lillian Axe. Where music lives. BraveWords Records. Visit BraveWordsRecords.com.